How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Riley here, and today, you guys, yet again, I am bringing you all another brand new NBA video right here on my channel. And today, you guys, we're coming at you with something that we have done in the past, yes, and we are basically making a remake of what I did last time. And as you can probably already tell from the title of this video, today we are going through my NBA mock draft 2.0. So in this one, this is obviously coming after the NBA lottery just got done. And obviously, you guys, me, like the rest of the NBA world, was in complete shock after the draft lottery, seeing the Pelicans land the #1 pick and only one of the projected top 3 picks to actually make it into the top 3. It was just utter and complete chaos, you guys. It absolutely blew my mind, on top of blowing everyone else's minds as well. But without further ado, now that we know the order of the draft through the first 16 picks, we are going to be going through the top 10 in this video, and I will be giving you guys my personal opinion of who I think these teams are going to take with their selection. But you guys, before we hop into this video, as I always do before each and every one, if you guys are brand new viewers to the channel, or you guys are coming from a previous video and you have not done this yet, please, you guys, I'm highly encouraging each and every one of you guys to stop the video right now and make sure to go down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You guys are not going to regret doing this. I promise you guys that. It's free, it's easy, and it just gets you guys my content that much faster than just checking the channel every now and then. Make sure to hit the push notification bell while you are down there as well. That way you guys get updates and notifications on your phone or computer instantly when I post a video. So yeah, for any of you guys who do this for me, I really appreciate it. You guys know this. I love you guys. But if you don't, that's fine. And without further ado, we are going to be jumping into my 2019 NBA mock draft 2.0. All right, you guys, the first 3 picks of this draft, I'm just going to straight up say it, they're basically foregone conclusions at this point. We all know who's going #1 overall in this draft, and it is none other than Zion Williamson to the New Orleans Pelicans, averaging 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists this year on 68% field goal shooting. Like I said, again, he is without a doubt going #1 to the New Orleans Pelicans, and it was a complete shock that New Orleans actually got this pick, considering the fact I'm pretty sure they only had around a 6% chance to land this pick going into the lottery. But as I said previously, you guys, these drafts are just utter chaos now, with the odds of each team getting a certain pick. I'm really hoping the draft lottery is going to be like this for years to come, because it was actually really exciting to watch that, and I cannot wait to see how it's going to unfold in a couple of weeks. But yeah, first overall, you guys, we have Zion Williamson, New Orleans Pelicans, foregone conclusion. And moving on to the second one, you guys, this is also another foregone conclusion in Morant being selected by the Memphis Grizzlies. Morant averaged 25, 6, and 10 this year on 50% field goal shooting overall for Murray State. And honestly, if you guys have not seen anything on this kid yet, which I'm really hoping you did, make sure to look him up and read everything and watch everything about this kid, because he is going to be a star. I'm saying that right now. I feel like this kid has so much potential, and when the Grizzlies shockingly got the #2 pick, they were like, yeah, we're taking this guy, and there's no doubt about it. I'm pretty sure they actually came out with a statement right after the draft that they are already locked in on taking Morant #2 overall in the draft, barring anybody offers them a ridiculous trade for the pick, but I don't see that happen. So yes, another clear pick in #2 overall being Morant to the Memphis Grizzlies. And you guys, I guess for this one, we can say that this is the final locked-in pick at #3, and we have RJ Barrett from Duke going to the New York Knicks. Now, I know Knicks fans everywhere are really depressed that they did not end up getting the #1 pick, but I mean, going into this draft lottery with the brand new odds, a lot of them seemed like they were banking on getting the #1 pick, like, no doubt about it. And obviously, after the draft lottery came out, they were very disappointed, but they're definitely still going to get a good player in RJ Barrett. He averaged 23, 8, and 4 this year on just 45% field goal shooting. But even with these numbers, you guys, he was sharing the college court with Zion Williamson, so his numbers are going to be kind of smaller than what they could have been if he was the overall leader of a team. But regardless of that fact, the Knicks are not going to be upset with RJ Barrett. I feel like he's going to be a decent player for that team. And on top of that, it's not the end of the world. I mean, the Knicks have 2 max slots going into the offseason. So banking on getting Zion Williamson #1 overall is definitely not what you should be doing if you're a Knicks fan, because that is over now. That's out of your control. Focus on free agency this period, and I'm pretty sure that RJ Barrett is going to be a solid pickup for you guys as well. Now we are getting into the undetermined kind of picks, I guess you could say, for this draft. And at #4, we have DeAndre Hunter being selected by the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know, you guys, personally, in my opinion, this felt like a good fit for the Los Angeles Lakers. DeAndre Hunter averaged 15, 5, and 2 on 52% field goal shooting this season. And on top of this, he was essentially one of the leaders on the national champions in Virginia. So I feel like you're getting a pretty solid player. And on top of that, his defense is through the roof, being at Virginia and being coached under Tony Bennett. His defense is going to add a lot to this Lakers team if they do choose to draft him at #4. But yeah, personally, in my opinion, I still cannot believe that the Lakers landed the #4 pick in this draft. Like, that was literally the last thing I was expecting, but this #4 pick is going to be a huge asset for them. That is for sure going into the draft. So yeah, you guys, #4, DeAndre Hunter to the Los Angeles Lakers. And you guys, moving on to #5, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers, and with this selection, I have Jarrett Culver being selected #5 overall. Now, Jarrett Culver was another top-name player in the college basketball world this year, leading his Texas Tech team to the national championship. Now, yes, I know they could not get the job done on the national championship, but he did have a pretty solid year, if I do say so myself, averaging 19, 6, and 4 on 46% field goal shooting. He was definitely a very solid player for that Texas Tech team. I mean, granted, they did make it to the national championship, so he was doing something right, but I do feel like he's going to be a good fit into this Cleveland Cavaliers roster if they do choose to select him, because granted, they're not going to be going for a point guard considering the fact that they already have Colin Sexton, who they just took last year. So, and if they weren't going to the small forward position, the shooting guard position is the next best spot that they can go for, and I feel like at this position, at number 5 overall in the draft, Jarrett Culver is the best choice in this selection. So yes, number 5 overall in this draft will be Jarrett Culver to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm sticking with that. And you guys, at number 6, we have the Phoenix Suns, yes, who actually dropped to the number 6 overall pick, and I have them selecting Darius Garland out of Vanderbilt. Now, I know most of you guys probably don't know about Darius Garland, or if you have not heard much about him yet, and Darius Garland is actually a top tier player that went to Vanderbilt, but his season was cut short with a knee injury, so he ended up only playing 5 games this year. But in these 5 games, you guys, he averaged 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists on 52% field goal shooting, which is actually very impressive, and many analysts and NBA scouts around the entire league believe he has the best potential to turn out to be the best point guard in this draft. So you guys, I have a good feeling when a lot of scouts and analysts are saying this about a particular player, that he does have a lot of potential to go forward and be a solid asset for a team. And in the Phoenix Suns, they need a point guard very bad, and most of us knew that if they got a top pick, they were going to go after Morant to fill out this slot. But Darius Garland is the next best thing, and honestly, he has the potential to be as good, if not better than Morant as well, a lot of people are thinking. So yeah, there's number 6 for you guys, Darius Garland to the Phoenix Suns. And you guys, at number 7 overall in this draft, we have Coby White being selected by the Chicago Bulls. Now, I know Bulls fans are really depressed too. They were really hoping for a top tier pick. They were going to go after Morant as well, as what a lot of people were saying. And obviously, having the pick after the Phoenix Suns, the Suns are going to have the first selection at whatever point guard is left on the board. And I feel like the Chicago Bulls would have wanted Darius Garland, but they are going to have to settle for Coby White. I say settle, but Coby White is actually a very solid player out of North Carolina, who put up 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists on 42% shooting from the field overall. He's definitely not a bad asset to add for a team. At number 7, I feel like Coby White is going to be a strong selection. I feel like he's definitely going to be better than Chris Dunn. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to hate on Chris Dunn, but there is definitely room to improve in the point guard position for the Chicago Bulls, to say the very least. And Coby White, in my personal opinion, will definitely be a solid add-on for the Chicago Bulls team at number 7 overall. And you guys, we are getting to the end of the top 10 here, and at number 8, we have the Atlanta Hawks selecting Cam Reddish out of Duke. Now, Cam Reddish for Duke University this year averaged 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists on just 35% field goal shooting. But when you think about it, Cam Reddish could have definitely put up better numbers for a different team if he selected to go somewhere else. But most of you guys know he went to Duke University with 2 of the other top high school prospects in that graduating class. So he was basically the 3rd option the entire year for Duke, which plummeted his numbers profoundly from what they possibly could have been, that is for sure. But still, I feel like Cam Reddish slipping to number 8 overall in this draft will be a solid pickup for the Atlanta Hawks. I feel like he is definitely going to be something decent in the NBA, and with the Hawks having the number 8 overall pick and the number 10 overall pick, they can definitely get a good combination in those 2 picks, that is for sure. But yeah, not much else to say about the number 8 selection. We have Cam Reddish going to the Atlanta Hawks. That will be a solid pick. And at number 9, the Wizards were able to acquire this draft pick, and with this selection, I have them selecting Brandon Clarke out of Gonzaga. Now, you guys, Brandon Clarke might actually be a selection that not a lot of people were seeing in the top 10. I have looked at a couple other mock drafts as well, and he has been in the top 10 maybe once or twice out of all the ones I've looked at. But Brandon Clarke is definitely a solid player out of Gonzaga that is definitely not being talked about as much as he probably should be. I mean, granted, I know he plays for Gonzaga, and a lot of people trash the competition that they have to play with the conference they are in. But still, this man put up 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists per game on 69% shooting from the field overall. So to say the very least, these are definitely some solid numbers, and he will be able to add a lot to this Washington Wizards team, who is trying to still find their identity, even with players like John Wall and Bradley Beal. I mean, obviously John Wall got hurt this year, and this team completely plummeted, but Brandon Clarke can definitely be a solid pickup for the forward position on this team. I don't know, I personally see a decent career in Brandon Clarke going forward. Let's hope he's not a bust for the Wizards, because this team definitely needs a break after what's been happening with them recently. I can guarantee that. And you guys, we are now on to the number 10 pick in the NBA draft, rounding out my mock draft 2.0. And we have the Atlanta Hawks again with the 10th overall pick, selecting Jaxson Hayes. If you guys do not know who Jaxson Hayes is, he is a pretty dominant center from Texas University. This year, he did only average 10 and 5, but on 73% shooting from the paint mainly. He's 6'11", and he kind of reminds you of what Jarrett Allen was when he played at Texas as well. He's a pretty dominant center in the college game, and I feel like he can add a lot to this Atlanta Hawks team too, pairing him up with John Collins in the front court for that team. So rounding out the young core for that team after this draft for the Atlanta Hawks, they could possibly have Trae Young, Cam Reddish, John Collins, and Jaxson Hayes. That is a very solid young core to build upon going forward. But yeah, as you guys are probably watching the highlights from some Jaxson Hayes in the background as I have them play. He could definitely be a solid fit for any NBA team for that matter. His draft stock rose quite a bit in this year's season, and I personally think he has the potential to round out the top 10. That is just my personal opinion. A lot of you guys might think differently, but again, you guys know it is all personal opinion, and with that final pick, that is going to round out my mock draft 2.0 for 2019. And alright, you guys, after naming off that final pick, I'm thinking that's going to mark the end of the video here today. Once again, you guys, I'm really hoping you all did enjoy the video, and if you did in any way, shape, or form, please, you guys, I'm highly encouraging each and every one of you to go down below and slap a like on it for me. You guys know how much the support means. I cannot say it enough. We are almost to 2,000 subscribers here on the channel. Oh, I want to say that as well, you guys. If you guys are brand new viewers and you enjoy the content in any way, make sure to go down below and subscribe. We are getting so close to 2,000, you guys. The channel is growing like crazy, and I cannot thank you guys enough. But you guys, another thing before I sign off, I want to make sure to tell you guys to go down below and comment what you guys thought of my mock draft. If you think I'm insane for any pick, if you think I'm completely right for any pick, please leave your feedback of what you think is going to happen down below. But yeah, after making that comment, I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say, you guys. But once again, I thank you guys so much for watching. I love each and every one of you guys so much. You all know this. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!